Well, here we are. Sound test might do me good. Yeah, maybe we have sound. Wait a minute or two for someone to show up. If I would announce this, I might make it easier on myself. But I never announce these. This is scenario 1, Maida, something I've revisited a number of times. So it's nothing particularly new. Let's put this here. This took place in Italy in 1806. I'll forego the history and hop right to the special rules. We have the French starting out with 2 depleted cavalry units. Typically, they would have 3 units, but they've only got 2. Scenario does last 9 turns. Gift me this. There's our turn marker. Anything else? Mandatory orders and formations. All the unit groups begin the scenario with an attack order, and the French infantry units may not adopt line formation for the entire duration of the battle. So they need to stay in column or square. And victory conditions are simply the player who eliminates more enemy figures wins. So just straight shoot them up here. All right. Only thing I've changed is rather than do the random order of activation that coincides with the orders chits, I've just done my own chits. Everything else will be the same. We do have command structure that needs to be adhered to. We'll go over that as it comes up. Artillery units are always in command, so they don't have a leader that they need to be within proximity to. So we start with French artillery. If they don't have anything within range, so they'll need to move. And it's been a couple seconds since I've done this, so let's see what we got here. A movement on the artillery is what? Is was. Say. Let's go to movement here. Charge, melee, fire, movement. Limbered artillery can move 1 hex. Alright. So we'll move him 1 hex. He is limbered. Face them the other way. I could probably. Do I need this? Maybe I need this. Oh, that guy's breaking off. Why is that? I'll have to fix that. Someone else? I can't find him. Probably because I have 1,000 figures in here and I shouldn't be doing that. Let's make the limber look more limbery. That and one more. Can I find one more in a timely manner? Can I not? There we go. Right there. Again, these are guys from the Perry Miniatures travel battle sets. go. One here. Well, I don't know that we need a limber yet. Because the French may do us a favor, but we'll see. 2 more of these guys. Where are they? One and one more. One more. Give me one more. Thank you. All right, so there's our French turn, which was the movement of this artillery 1 hex up. And then we go French again. 3s. Where's our 3s? That's going to be that infantry group there. Should be infantry in column or an open order, and cavalry may move 1 hex. Let's have a maneuver order. Well, we don't have a maneuver order. I wonder, can we change that order to a maneuver order? And I think that is because moving 1 hex is going to take forever. So let's see if we can change our orders. Sending orders, carry out orders. Roll 1 die. The test is passed if the die roll plus the order's value printed on the unit group commander card totals 11 or more. Roll 1 die. We get an 8. I think we're good. 3's order value. What is it? Print is the orders value. What is his orders value? That is going to be leader. There we go. Orders value is 3, and that is 1, 3. The first one is orders value 1, 3. There he is. This is a 4, so that makes 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we can change that from an attack order to, this is for unit group 3. Okay, so change that from attack to maneuver, and I think that's it. Now we can move 2. They are in column. So that'll put them on 2 if we go here. And they have to stay in column. They cannot form a line at any point during the duration of the scenario. The British can. I know the British are not red, but we'll get over it. So there's 2 there, and then 1, 2 here. That there, and that's the end of that, right? Yes. Draw another shit. Paul, good evening. What possessed me to, I think because this is a scenario I'm familiar with from the Battles of Napoleon system. It's the first scenario in the system. It's probably the one I've played the most. So it's not necessarily a historical penchant I have for this battle as much as just a familiarity through the game itself. This is going to be unit group 6 for the British, so that's going to be these guys here. With an attack order, you can only move 1. Well, they only need to move 1. And they can move into the zone of control of these guys because they have an attack order. Now, if they had a maneuver order, they could not move here. But they have an attack order, so they can. So we shall. And firing range on this is scaled down so far. You've got to be adjacent, other than artillery, to fire. We'll keep him here. And that should be that. This is the, if you look at the sequence of play, this is, where the hell is it? This is the first segment, which involves formation, change, wheel, move, or fire. One of those, you can do one of those, right? Orders, check command, action phase, first segment. Group may perform one of the following. Yeah, so since I moved, that's it. I cannot fire anything else. That was my move. All right. So you played the most and I have not seen. Is that because I'm more of a board gamer than a miniatures guy? Nah, not necessarily. If you dig back in the archives of this channel, you'll see this a number of times over the lifetime of this channel. British Unit Group 3. These guys here. Is it worth changing to a maneuver order, or do we want to hang back as the British and let the French do all the work and come at us? Well, I would argue the latter. Unit Group 3, right? And then if that's Unit Group 3, then the 2 needs to come out because that's also Unit Group 2. Okay. Right? Yeah. So we'll simply do just that. We'll move 1 and leave it at that. We'll let the French do all the work. Tire themselves out trekking their way towards us. Put him here now. And no, we'll put him here. Move him here. Oh, I should switch the line here soon for better fire value. All right, there's the end of that. 3. What else? British again this time. We'll just move up 1 here. Right there. All right, next. Now we get some French action. This is Unit Group 5, who is also, they have 6 attached to them. 5 and 6, okay. So I need the others, I need 6 out of there. Should probably just play this the way it's meant to be played. So that's going to be these guys here. So we can fire now that we have range. We'll go ahead and move these guys up 1. They still have an attack order. The only guys with a maneuver order on the whole board are the infantry here as of this moment. Everybody else has an attack order. Keep him there. So we can fire with these 2. But I need these things to do so. These things being these things. That's not what I need. There's one of them is what I need. I need this one. All right, to fire. We have addition to do. Firing. The fire value printed on their unit card. This is for 6. And they have a +1, so that's good. We're starting. Let's start here. That's 1, and then per each stand firing makes 5. Per each rank in the target unit, they're in column, so that's 7. No terrain modifiers. So roll the die, add it to 7. That's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We just made it. So let's draw a card and see what we get. That is a -2 morale check on that guy. This guy here, -2 morale check. Here we go, morale, and then 6. It's a morale of 4, so that drops to 2 because of the -2. back up to 6 for if we add all the stands, and then roll a die. 6, yeah, he's fine. Passed his morale check. All right. Then we switch here. Same thing. +1, 5. 6, 7 added to a die roll of 10 makes 17. That is, oh, nice. They're going to lose a stand. And they are disordered. So there we go. Disordered, lose a stand. Right? Yeah. Okay. Draw a chit. Thanks, I will. Charles, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for joining. This is unit group 5. These are the what are these? These are the I can't even think of the name. Highlanders. So Highlanders here. All they have is an attack order. I want to keep it that way. They're staying in column for now. We'll just move here. We could try and change our order to a maneuver order to move 2 hexes instead of 1, but as mentioned, I think I'm going to make the French do all the legwork. Draw shit. French unit group 4. Okay. That's this center section here. I think I will try and change their order. Roll a die. Oh, that's a good roll. 8 added to, where's 4 is 3, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, we just got that. So we can change that to a maneuver order. Not him, but him. Here. So now we can move 2 instead of 1. 1, 2 is kind of a big deal. 2. One, 2, 1. Now we need to maintain our chain of command while doing this, because you can put yourself out of command if you leave a gap. The leader will help fill that gap for now. So there's our movement for the center group. Good to go there. And we're going to go back to the British with unit group 4 here. We will try and change that. They're too far back to just hang. So we will try and change their order from an attack order to a maneuver order. Rolling that die, you got it. Roll a 10. So unit group 4 switch their order tile to maneuver. They'll move up 2. Now where do we want to go? We're going to bottleneck ourselves if we go that way, I feel like. So we'll start heading this way. 1, 2. That's my opinion. 1, 2. 2. These boards are kind of warpy. It's our commander-in-chief here. He's happy where he's at for now. All right. There's the end of that. One final chit left. This is chit number 2. That's our cavalry back there now. We have this cavalry. So we started out this way, and the scenario mentioned this would happen. They are out of command. These guys are not. So bear that in mind. And as far as movement goes on those guys, I think it's the same. Oddly, and this is one of the few odd things about this system, movement is relatively uniform between artillery. Mostly, I should say, infantry and cavalry. You would think cavalry could just blaze a trail all over the place and leave the infantry in the dust. But that's not the case. Infantry in column or in open order, and cavalry may move 1 hex. Unless they have a maneuver order, in which case they may move up to 2 hexes in open terrain, etc. So yeah, it's relatively uniform. So we'll try and change his order to a maneuver order as well. Pretty good, but it only makes a 6. So they're stuck with an attack order, meaning essentially they can only move 1 hex. I'm going to put them right here. Farther away from these guys. Now, I wonder if... No, I think we're just screwed. Well, how am I supposed to bring them in command? This is stupid. Why would they start like that? I guess they didn't intend to start like that. I think that's the end of the first segment. That brings us to the second segment, C7. That's our artillery chits. And then 2 and 3 are the same thing, so we'll leave that out. Remembering that that's the case. 4, 5, 6. So good to go on the British, and then 2, 3, 4, and then 5 and 6 are the same, so 5, and leave 6 out. Yes? All right. Second segment of the action phase consists of melee, mostly melee. Where's our comprehensive turn sequence of play thingamabob? Segment 2, we can do, well, there's no cavalry charging going on because there's nobody within range, so the only melee we have going on is here. And it's just 2 units, so let's pull these back out. And let's make this easy, a red and a gray. We'll just leave it at that. So who goes first here? It's going to be, that fell. British go first. And those will go back in. I don't know how much damage we're going to do with the disorder, but we'll give it a shot here. So let's go to our melee chart. I'm going to roll a die. Bad roll. Roll a 2. What's their melee value? Number 6 is nothing. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We do have our commander with us. 8, 9, 10. Drops down to 8 because we're disordered. And drops down to 6 because the defender's in column. So that's going to be nothing, and I kind of felt like that would be the case. Let's move over here. Roll a die. Let's get a better roll this time, huh? Yeah, that's fairly better. 6. He does not have a leader to bump him up, so that's simply going to be 6, no modifier there. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that's going to drop back down to 10 because the French are in column, so nothing there either. No significant result anyway. All right, so these can go back in the cup now. And that's the end of that. That's the end of turn 1, which brings us to turn 2. All right. Turn sequence. This is the command phase. Anybody out of command other than what was it already out of command? No. So that stays the same. Do the commanders in chief wish to move? Yes, we'll put him here. And we'll put him here. Changing of orders. These guys should still be attack order, which is what we want, and yes, they are. These guys have 4 maneuver order. I think I want to try and change that to an attack order. Let's go for it. Rolled a 6. That is that unit group 4. 7, 8, 9, not good enough. So they stay with a maneuver order, which means they won't be able to move adjacent to the enemy. Those guys want to stay with a maneuver order. These guys couldn't switch to a maneuver order. Let's see if we can now. Probably not. No. It's a 5, and the orders value for the commander is 5. Makes 10. And I would say we could siphon off something from our commander-in-chief here, but actually this cavalry leader's order value is higher than the commander-in-chief, believe it or not. So we'll leave that as such. Now, as far as the British are concerned, we had decided we would let the French do all the legwork. These guys were able to change to a maneuver order, yes. Yes. And these guys did not want to, is that correct? 2 and 3. No, they still have an attack order. I think I may... 1, 2... No, let's keep that the way it is. Okay, so we're done with that. Now we can do the movement and fire phase. Not in command. Ran into that on the very first OSG Napoleonic game I played. Some of the French troops were on the other side of the river. No officer, just one for some of the troops, I think. Any proper self-respecting Napoleonic game should have some semblance of order rules in it. Otherwise, I wouldn't trust it. So how those rules play out is as innumerable as there are differences in snowflakes, but every good game should have something regarding orders and command, I should say, command. French unit group 5. This unit group here, which had an attack order. So, since they have an attack order, we can move adjacent. We'll move right there. Place us in prime firing position for the next turn. Melee this turn. But we can't move and fire, so we'll have to wait to conduct fire the next turn. That's the end of that. And 2. Oh, the cat's doing better, by the way, for those that expressed concern. I was fairly worried. It was days that had gone by, and she hadn't eaten anything. Never seen that before in her, so I guess she had some sort of bug that passed or something, but back on track with her. I was thinking I'd have to take her to the vet today, but I escaped not having to do that. All right, unit group 2 is the same as 2 and 3. So that's these guys, and they have 2 and 3 in attack order. So if we're going to move, we're only going to move 1 hex at a time here. So let's go. Let's head this direction. 1 there. There. Put him here. On the edge of the warpy board. Just like that. There you go. There you have it. Didn't know how close the enemy was to them on the north side of the river. Well, That's tough. That's a tough spot. All right, French unit group 3. That's the guys. What did they have? Unit group 3 has a maneuver order. See, now I don't want a maneuver order. Now I need to. So now I can't move because I'm stuck with a maneuver order. Let's see if we can change that to an attack order. This is unit group 3. We need a high roll here. Done. We rolled a 10. You can't do any better than that. Unit group 3 now has an attack order, which means we can go right here. And right here. And just pick on that poor unit in front of us. And here. Done. That'll be fun. What else? Let's do the French again. Unit group 5, which means 5 and 6. That's these guys here. Now, they can fire. We won't be able to do as much harm as we would like to since we're in column firing. If we would switch to line or had switched to line in the movement. Well, the problem is if we switch to line, we won't be firing. So what do you do? And we wouldn't be in column for melee in the second segment. So let's stay in column and see how bad this turns out. We'll start here. 5 and 6, yeah. What is 5's fire value? Nothing. Great. Can he get a roll? No, that's going to be nothing. He rolled a 2. That's horrible. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's nothing. Next. Unit group 6 rolls a 10. That is very good. And he has a fire value of +1. So now we're at 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. The cat is freaking out and running. Good to see. Good to see. 15. That's a -4 morale check on this guy here. He rolled a 6, so that comes down to a 2 on our roll. And their basic morale value is a 6 because those are the Highlanders. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Really? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, they passed. All right, well, good for them. Finally, this unit here, firing at the non-disordered guys, rolled a 10. Awesome. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Give us something. We got something. Here we go. Ready? They're going to lose a stand. They are going to be disordered. And they will retreat 1 hex. So that's a hell of a result. Push them back right here. We're able to do this because this is the movement and fire phase. Throw another chip. French artillery, I don't believe we have anything. If we would change to, if we can, how would they... movement or fire? Well, to move, we're going to unlimber. So they don't really... So we won't be able to fire, but having unlimbered will eventually do us good. So there's that. Next. British 6. That's wrong. It should be a 5 or a 6, 5. Noticed a slight discrepancy here in what I've got set up down below, but we'll stick it out. Okay, so firing. That's these two here. The 5 is the Highlanders. One of these needs to be a +2 and one needs to be a +1. We'll do left and right. All right, what is the actual detriment concerning being disordered? Remind me, please. It is, what is it? Okay. We lose our bonus rank for firing. So where is our sheet? Let's roll it up. We're going to need a really high roll for this. I don't know if 7's going to do it. We'll start here. Well, he can't fire anyway, so we'll start here. 7, and that is our +2, so 8, 9, 10, 11. Nope, we don't get that 11, so 7, 8, 9. But we still got it. Interesting. 10, 11. 7, 8, 9. 10, 11. And they only really, yeah, all right, well, fine. They got it. -2 morale check. That's for this unit here, let's say, who has a morale of 4, not very good. Makes -2 makes it 2, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Still got it though, so he's fine. Draw chit. British 4. It's these guys here with a maneuver order. If we can move 2, 1, 2, they would be happy and consider it done. 1, 2. Not adjacent, so we're going to want to change to an attack order very soon. That's the end of that. All right, another chit. French unit group 4. Is just the 4. That is the center. What do they have for? They do have a maneuver order. Can we change that to an attack order? Probably with a 9. And yes, 10, 11, 12. 4 attack order. So what do? We'll move him here. Him here. Him where? Him here. And we're going to wheel to fire at their flank. Him here. If we put him here, that'll see that would have been a gap in command, chain of command. So we put the leader to plug that gap and fire with him. So unit group 4. No, what am I trying to say? No fire value. Let's roll the die. It's a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We just missed a result. Then we go British artillery. Would behoove us to unlimber. Let's head this way. Won't be firing this turn because we did this, but we're set up for the next turn to do so. Just like that. All right, and next. Final chit. 2. That's our cavalry again. I guess I'm just going to have to leave those guys behind. I don't know what else to do with them. Cavalry with an attack order. Did we not change that to a maneuver order? I thought we changed to that. I could swear I changed that. I guess I didn't turn the thing, or I turned the wrong one. 1, 2, right here. There's no point in attacking at this time until somebody gets disordered. So we'll hang there for now. And that's it for segment 1. Brings us to segment 2. Who do we have in segment 2? We have the Highlanders. That those guys are disordered, but they can still conduct melee, right? Yes. We've got unit group 4 and unit group 2. So pretty much everybody. And then for the French, it's unit group 3, unit group 4, and unit group 5, which is 5, 6, right? 5, 6, yes. It's 2 is not going to do anything, and 7's not going to do anything. What's that, Bordreau? Sorry to ask so late in the stream. Where's the map from? Those seem like large hexes. They are large hexes. God bless large hexes. This is a map that is rarely seen on this channel. It's the actual map to Battles of Napoleon, the Eagle, and the Lion game. I always use everything except this, but I thought, well, why not? And the way the tabletop is set up these days, I have limited space. That may change here soon. I find myself slowly pining for the ginormous table space I had at one time. So subject to change. Yep, big hexes. This is the melee phase. French unit group 5 kicks it off. And that's 5 as in 5, 6. So these 3 will start here. Now, this is what we want. You want to be in column with this game system for melee. Not line. That's a good roll. We get an 8. Let's do the math. So 8. What is what is their melee value for number 5? They don't have one. All right, great. 8 per infantry. 9, 10, 11, 12? Really? 13, 14. And then we'll drop down again to 12. So we did get something, but it dropped down. A -2 morale check for this guy here. Yeah, let's do this guy here. -2 morale check. Wow. He only rolled a 4, so this is probably a disorder for him. Morale, what's his basic morale value? These are the Highlanders, so they have a high morale value. So that's 5, -2, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, he's fine. Only because they're Highlanders and they're hard to rattle. That brings us here. A 7. That is 6. They also have no inherent melee value. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Back down to 11 is what? Some sort of morale check. -2 morale check. Who would have thunk it? And they roll a 6, which is probably fine for them. That makes a 4 since it's -2. Is 9. Yeah, they're fine. All right, next. Let's see if we can route these guys since they're already disordered. It's a 4. Probably not. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, we couldn't do it. Even with them being disordered, well, best we could get was a 10, and we need an 11, so nothing doing there. Then we go French unit group 4, which is these 2 here. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this guy for support. Here's how we do this. Roll the die. Instead of rolling separately for each one. Criminy. A 1? Really? That's ridiculous. No inherent melee value. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and it's going to drop down to 7 again. But they're attacked on the flank, so 8, 9, but still not enough. That's the end of that. Let me go British Unit Group 5, our Highlanders. Let's see what they can do here. Let's go attack these guys. Oh my god, that's a 10. That's the best you can roll. 10 plus 1 for their badassness. So that's 11. 12, 13, 14, 15. We have an attached leader. Makes 16, 17. Back down to 15. Well, that's good enough. 15 is lose a stand, disorder, and retreat. Lose a stand, disorder, and retreat. I'll put them right here. That was quite a thing. And then this guy here, what is he going to roll? A 3, not very good. Not very good indeed. 3. Is a 4, is a 5, 6, 7, 8, is a 9, 10. And then, yeah, that's nothing. All right, draw another chit. Go Unit Group 6, who is disordered. Not really sure what we're going to be able to do here. A 6. Unit Group 6. So 6. 7, 8, 9. Attached leader. 10, 11, 12. 13, 14. Drops down to 12. And 12 is -2 morale check. What are we doing? We're doing this here. Nope, it's not. Because he's disordered. So that's nothing. It would have been something if he's not disordered. This guy doesn't have range. Draw shit. British Unit Group 2, that's this guy here. He has no inherent melee value. He needs a high roll. Gets a 9, that's pretty good. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 is going to drop back down to 13. Probably a morale check. Nope, it's a disorder. Good. It's like rolling for another disorder or morale check. I need a disorder marker, please. This unit here is disordered. Oh, and who's next? 2 chits left. These are the no, these are not the epic. They're smaller. They're from the Perry Miniatures Travel Battle set, mini sets. In fact, like I think 6 sets, and then I got tired of ordering sets because I just wanted the minis. And I talked to the Perry twins. I'm like, can I just get the guys? They're like, yeah, sure. So then I ordered 2 separate orders of just the guys instead of continually ordering sets. French Unit Group 3 is those 2. We'll use one for support. Maybe. Oh my god, a 1. That's going to be nothing. Well, if we could roll the dice decently, things might be a little more interesting, but can't seem to do that. We have one last unit here that can maybe do something. Let's roll that. Oop, we got something. We got a 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and drops back down to 13. What is a 13 these days? What does that get you? Oh, 13 is going to get you stand removed and another disorder marker somewhere here. All right, so That's the end of turn 2. We'll drop that to this. I'll put this here. Now I think it's not technically the end of turn 2. We've got a rally phase here. Where's our sequence of play? Yeah, rally phase. So we've got 5 units that need to try and rally. Now there is no route combat result. If a disordered unit becomes disordered again, then it routes. So that's how that works. Let's start over here. Same as attacking, you need an 11 or higher. So an 8 is pretty good. That's unit group 3 with a morale value of 4. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Drops down to 14 because they're disordered, but they still get it. So they're back in business. And then this French unit here probably got it with a roll of 7. That is unit group 4 with a morale value of 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Drops back down to 12 because they're disordered. But all you need is 11 or higher, that works. This unit here, probably not, with a 2 and a unit group 4. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9. And now he's not going to get it. So he stays disordered. And then this guy here with a 3, probably not going to get it. That is 6. It's a 5. So there's 8, 9, 10, 11. He does have an attached leader. That's 14, but then it drops down to 12 because, yeah, he gets it. Yeah, he gets it. Finally, this unit here, he's probably got it with an 8, and a morale value of 4 is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, down to 13. Yeah, he's good to go too. So everybody happy except he stayed disordered, and we still have that wasted half of the cavalry back there because they started out of command, and the other half starting over here just kind of left them and forgot about them. I have to research the rules on what my options are for bringing them into command. That was the end of turn 2. Does anybody have anything they want to talk about? Questions, comments? Now's the time, because otherwise I will cut this short. What is the timestamp? It's just under an hour. Anybody have anything they want to share with the class? Anything, Bueller? I'll give you another minute or two. What else is going on with me? Can't really think of anything else. I don't know if anybody caught this. I mentioned it briefly in the last video, but I went so far as to set up Raid on Saint Nazaire. I didn't do any filming of it, and I didn't make it through the entire thing. I got too intrigued with the ideas from it and then went off in a different direction. That is typically how I roll, pun intended. But did have that out, which is a rarity. Can't think of anything else. I'm not sure. I haven't really gotten a big itch to drag something out. I take that back. I feel much to your woe. I do feel a bit of the dungeon crawl itch coming back. That just because it's so much fun, especially with the app, the Hero Quest app on the iPad, makes it just a real hoot to play solo. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, and I know that's not what this channel was built upon, but man, it is just heaps of fun, and that's really all that counts these days. What's fun? Yeah, so I haven't bought anything in forever. I don't have anything on pre-order that I know of. I got my eye on a couple ASL things from Multi-Man Publishing just by way of keeping up with certain things, some action packs, and maybe one or two other things. I try and keep up with that as best I can to keep my ASL library contemporary and up to date. Easy to fall behind with that stuff, but oh my god, I've got more scenarios than I could play in probably 4 lifetimes if I played one scenario a day. Anything else off the top of my head? I did see, there's a new Axis and Allies game out with North Africa. Now, I didn't watch the video, and this is just one man's opinion. But I did see that he panned it. He hated it. He doesn't even understand how it made it out of development and into being published. It was that bad. I'll have to watch the video and see what his particular gripes were, but doesn't surprise me that it was probably just a money grab. It's a shame, but again, it doesn't surprise me. Anything else as I look around? As excited I was for the Epic Battles Ancient stuff, I haven't pulled the trigger on even. In fact, I still have the Pike and Shot starter box set, and I opened it and looked at it, but I haven't done anything with that. I think my heart lies, and I'm really truly waiting for either the War of the Roses stuff, or you have to think there's some epic samurai stuff in the mix at some point. I would assume they would do the Wars of the Roses stuff first. Could be wrong. So maybe next year we see that. And I guess the only real reason that piques my interest, and same with the ancient stuff, is all the commands and colors, ancients scenarios that are out there, and that goes to the same for the commands and colors Napoleonics. The system itself, the way it plays, is okay. It's fine. It's not great. It's not awful. But the amount of scenarios ready to roll, ready to go, is awesome, and that's really the big draw for me with that stuff. So there's that. I don't see any painting of anything in my future. I'm still burnt out from that. What was it, that winter 2 years ago I did of all the 28 mil Napoleonic stuff that rarely gets pulled out, but I conquered my demon and did it. So there's that. I can't think of anything else, so that might be it. If you guys don't have any questions, which you do not seem to have, I shall cut you loose. Make sure you guys have a good week. We'll talk soon, and be safe.